So now let's study about the variables. So let's create a new program. So I will write here variable.py. First of all, let's discuss what are variables. So it is like a container or box in which the data is stored temporarily. Like you can see it here. What is this? It is like a box where this data is stored. You can see it here. So similarly like that, a variable is like a container in which you will store some data for temporary purpose, for some time, for temporary time, not for every time. Like if I will close the program, then it will not consist anything in there. But if I will run that program, then it will consist something in there. So now let's create one variable, then you will understand what is variable. So for creating a variable, you will just write like that, where equal to, and like I will use a 2. So this is like a variable. So I had given here, this is the variable name, and then equal to assign the value, and then the value. So what is this value? You already know this is an integer value. But if we want to print this variable, we will write a print and then var where, and now we'll print this. So the output will come here. So yes, output is 2. So similarly like this, we can also create the string variable. So let me name the variable something else, because we can't name the variable the same name that we have given earlier. So now I will create a string. I am a string. So now let us print this variable also here. So I'm also printing this one. So what I have to write it here is strvar, because it is a string variable. So now let me play this. So yes, I am a string variable is also printed. So let me give it here integer variable. So now this is an integer variable. Let me write it int variable, and here string variable. Let me also give one character variable char var. I'm not naming it by any convention. It is like that you can name anything. Like you can name here char var, or just write it char d, char h, anything else. But what thing you have to keep in mind is you can't name your variable by starting the letters like this. I mean to say that you can't name your variable by starting any numbers. You can see it here. If you try to name it, it will give it a error. It is currently giving a semicolon error. Let me write here like this. No, there is no accepting of that. Let us see. Statements must be separated by new lines for semicolon. Means it is expecting that it is a statement. It is not expecting it like a variable. So you can't name it like this. You can't start with number. You can't start by giving one space in between that. So you have to start with this letters, or you can start with underscore. So now you come to know about this thing. Now let me write here one character, like I'm writing here A. So now let me print this. So first of all, I have to rename it int var, because it is an integer variable, and here I will write here char var, because it is a character variable. I had written here char var, you can see it here. Now let me run these three. So yes, these three are working fine. So let me create one more variable. Let me see if boolean variable is created or not. Bool var equal to true. So it is okay or not? Let me see. Yes, maybe it will be okay when I will use here capital true. Let me see if it is printing right or not. If it is not printing, means to say that its syntax is wrong. So let me try to print this. So no, it is not printing it. What it is saying? It is saying true is not defined. Did you mean true? So it is saying we have to write true like this. So we had written true like this. So you can see it here. We can also see the errors. We can see the error and we can remove our error by watching that what it is saying. So it has already given us a hint that we have to write here true like this, not like this. So now let me run it. It is accepting or not? So yes, it is accepting. So it is accepting true. So this is now boolean variable where you can write here true, or you can write here false. You know, true represents 1 and false represents 0. So now it will print here false. So these were the concepts of variable. And after that, let us see the concept of operators here. So for operators, let me create one new file. So new files and operators.py. So here we will cover our operators. So let me first create a variable, like I will create a equal to 10, and then I will create b equal to 20. So we'll simply just add these things to see the concept of adding the things. So I will just create a calculator type program here, simple calculator. So I'm adding it, and I will also subtract it. So a minus b, and I will also multiply it. So a star b means star means multiply here, and then I will also divide it. So a divide by b. After that I will also take the modulus of that. So a percentage b for that, And now let's print these things here. So let us print these things. So for printing, I will just write print, and then here sum equal to, and then I will write here comma. And after comma, I will specify this variable name. So I am copying and pasting it here. So similarly, you can also do it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I am doing it 5 things. So sum also, then subtraction also. So let me write it addition, subtraction, and then we will do multiplication. So multiplication, sorry for the spelling mistake if it is happening, multiplication is okay I think, and then division, and then we have modulus. So subtraction sub, multiplication mul, and division div, and modulus mod. So let me first run this, then see what is happening. So let us run this. So it is showing us okay, everything is okay. So you can see it here. Addition is 30 because 10 plus 20 is 30. And then subtraction is minus 10 because why 10 minus 20 will be minus 10. And then multiplication is 200. Division is 0.5. And modulus is 10. We will divide 10 by 20. So modulus will be not okay. Like this only. So if I will write it 5 and I will use here 10. So now what will be the output? You can see it here. 2. Yes, division is 2. And everything is okay. 15 addition, 5 subtraction, 50 multiplication. And modulus is 0. Means 5 divided by 10, the remainder will be 0. This is a little concept of operators. There are so many more operators that we must cover. But if you already know C, C++, then you know that how to do these things. You can do it in few seconds because in C, C++ you know how to do this. Then here it is so easy to do that because we have to only write a print statement and we have to only write the variables name like that. We don't need to write int, char, float, etc. So you can do it like this. So yes, by the way, we forgot here float. So we'll also use here float now. So float float where float variable equal to 2.12. So let's also print this float variable here because if we will not print the float, then you will say that I had not covered the float variable. So let me run this again. So now it is printing everything. Yes, it is printing float variable. So for specifying this, I will write it like this. Yes, you can also write it like this. So I'm using here double quotes and then comma, and in between I will write here integer variable, and for the float variable I will write here float variable. Let me first assign this a colon and a space, and similarly I will do it here. So I will write here float variable, and then here I will write character variable, and then next what it is next is, let me first write here colon, and here it is string variable, and next it is boolean variable. So boolean variable is also written. So let me run it again once. So yes, it is printing okay. So you can see it here. Now we had covered our concepts of variables also and then operators also. So there are not simply the operators that are plus, minus, etc. There are so many more operators that we will see later on. So now let's see how to take user input. Yes, we see that how to print the things. Now let's see how to take the user input.